In this video, I'll summarize the plot of Heart of Darkness in about 4 minutes and give you an analysis of the story. Okay, let's get started with the introduction. The novel is framed as a story told by Charles Marlow, a seaman, to a group of men aboard a ship on the Thames River in England. Marlow recounts his past voyage up the Congo River to take command of a European trading steamboat. Hired by a Belgian company, he is tasked with finding an ivory trader named Kurtz, who has gained an almost godlike reputation deep in the African interior. As he travels toward his destination, he witnesses the brutal exploitation of the native people by European colonists, which deeply unsettles him. Marlow reaches the company's outer station, where he sees firsthand the cruelty of European imperialism. The native workers are treated as disposable labour, forced to endure terrible conditions as they build infrastructure for the ivory trade. Marlow meets the company's chief accountant, who describes Kurtz as an exceptional man destined for great things. Marlow then learns that his steamboat has been damaged and must be repaired before he can continue his journey. After repairing the steamboat, Marlow and his crew travel up the Congo River toward Kurtz's inner station. The journey is slow and eerie, surrounded by the dense, silent jungle. Along the way, they encounter signs of Kurtz's growing power and madness. The deeper they go, the more Marlow senses that something is wrong. Just before reaching the station, they are attacked by unseen natives, leading to the death of the ship's helmsman. Marlow suspects that Kurtz is behind the violence, manipulating the local tribes to maintain his rule. When Marlow finally arrives at the inner station, he meets a Russian trader who has been living with Kurtz and idolizes him. The Russian reveals that Kurtz has become more than just a trader. He is a ruler among the natives, who worship him as a god. Marlow discovers Kurtz is severely ill and mentally unstable, yet still obsessed with ivory and power. The company wants Kurtz to return to Europe, but he resists, fearing the loss of his influence. Before leaving, Marlow sees the severed heads of rebels displayed on stakes outside Kurtz's compound, confirming the depths of his savagery. Marlow and his crew forcibly take Kurtz aboard the steamboat to return to civilization, but his health continues to decline. Before dying, Kurtz utters his famous last words, "The horror, the horror." Marlow interprets this as Kurtz's final realization of the darkness within himself and the world. Back in Europe, Marlow visits Kurtz's fiancée, and instead of revealing the truth about his actions, tells her that Kurtz's last words were her name. The novel ends with Marlow reflecting on the hypocrisy of European civilization, suggesting that darkness exists both in the jungle and in the so-called civilized world. Okay, now let's analyse 2 themes from this story. Firstly, Heart of Darkness is a critique of European imperialism, showing how it dehumanises both the colonisers and the colonised. Through Marlow's journey, Conrad exposes the greed and brutality behind the ivory trade, where native people are treated as mere tools for profit. The Europeans claim to bring civilization, but their actions reveal the true horror of conquest. Kurtz, once an idealistic man, is ultimately consumed by his own power, demonstrating how imperialism corrupts those who engage in it. Our second theme is the darkness within. The novel explores the theme of human darkness, suggesting that civilization is just a thin veil over humanity's most primal instincts. As Marlow ventures deeper into the jungle, he sees how isolation and unchecked power strip away the illusions of morality. Kurtz, a symbol of this transformation, represents the terrifying potential for savagery within all people. His final words, the horror, suggest his ultimate realization that darkness is not just in the jungle, but within himself and all of humanity. Conrad leaves the reader questioning whether the real heart of darkness lies in Africa or in the hearts of men.